So here's something interesting, and now that Perine is obviously over there in Denver, it's nice to kind of get an inside source on some of these players that did go ahead and leave. And based on Paul here, when they hear that podcast rolling, he talks about how Samaje Perine's deal where he went to Denver was actually really surprising for the Cincinnati Bengals because they 1000% thought they were going to bring him back. He even says this: how now Samaje Perine, they made an aggressive play for it, and I think they were surprised he opted to go to Denver, said Paul. I think they felt like that was one they were going to get done. They were willing to go just about anywhere within reason. It sounds as if moving on was more Perine's decision than the Bengals front office. The deal Bates, Bell, and tight end Hayden Hurst from other teams appeared to be far out of range of the range Cincinnati was willing to offer, but Perine's deals seemed reasonable. Denver signed Perine to a 2-year, $7.5 million contract with $3 million fully guaranteed. For a second-string running back, that sees the field quite often. The Bengals could have and were apparently prepared to pay it. Now, he does go ahead and talk about how maybe he sees a bigger role for him in Denver, as Javonte Williams is the main running back, the only running back on the roster, and if Perine outperforms him, he could become the starting running back. Now, what's really weird about all this is, and we've talked about this many times on the channel, is Joe Mixon. There was a lot of rumors he was going to be cut. And the only reason I think he wasn't cut was because Perine went to Denver. So if Perine would have stayed with the Bengals, then I think, in all honesty, they would have cut Joe Mixon, saved $10 million, gave Perine the exact contract Denver offered him, and kept him on the roster. Now, here's where I think he might have left for another reason. And the other reason is because Cincinnati is very, very, very known here right now that they're going to draft a running back in this upcoming draft. And this upcoming draft, running back-wise, is an amazing draft for running backs, right? I mean, let's be honest now. If they cut Joe Mixon, especially if they would have kept Perine, they would have at least taken a running back in the 3rd or 4th round to replace Joe Mixon. Now, I don't know if Samaje thought, hey, listen, if I stay here and they draft somebody, he could end up replacing me if he's good enough, and then it's going to be a whole entire mess, and I'm going to be sitting behind someone again, just like I was in, Cincinnati behind Joe Mixon. I'll be sitting behind somebody else. That could be a possibility where, in Denver, they're probably not going to draft a running back, probably at all. They, of course, do have their starting running back, Javonte Williams, and then their backup here would be Samaje Perine, and then they have Crockett, Tyler Batty, actually 4th-round pick for the Baltimore Ravens here. And then they have some other guys too. They're not going to draft a running back. So in Denver, he really has one person he's competing with, Javonte Williams. And other than Javonte Williams, he is the main guy. And also Denver, they use their running backs a little bit more than they do in Cincinnati. Obviously because you have Russell Wilson versus a god-tier quarterback in Joe Burrow. Nonetheless, though, it is kind of interesting. This does happen sometimes. It's kind of that situation where it's like, listen, sometimes you can offer a player exactly what he wants. You can get the numbers down perfect. Say, listen, we're going to offer you exactly everything you want, and we just want to bring you home, have you be a Bengal for the next couple years, and that player could say, listen, I feel like there's a better opportunity for me out there on another team. And it is what it is. I know a lot of people in my comic section, after Perine did go ahead and get signed, they were like, wait, what? Why did we not sign Perine for that contract? Why did we not, bring him back? This makes no sense. He's a great running back, and you can cut Joe Mixon, have Perine, and save like $7 million. What looks like, again, like I said, it's just one of those unfortunate situations where it's not about money, it's about he just wanted more opportunity. And he decided, even though Cincinnati was going to give him the same contract, keep him on the roster, he said, I don't want to stay here. I want to go. So I would definitely say it's one of those interesting stories. Because like I said before, you don't always hear this. This is a very rare situation where you see a player leave because of this. We thought Jermaine Pratt was going to leave because of this, right? We thought when Jermaine Pratt said he wanted more play time and not just a not just a 2-down linebacker, we thought, okay, well, there's no way he's going to stay, because even if you give him the correct money, if another team offers him the same money but tells him he'll play more, then most likely he's going to leave. Now, based on Pratt's press conference, Pratt said that, listen, I'm staying because I love Lou. I want to play with Lou. He's my defensive coordinator. He even alluded to the fact that if Lou would have left and went to the Arizona job, then most likely he might not be a Cincinnati Bengals today. Somebody asked, a reporter asked him about that, and he laughed and said, well, it didn't happen. It didn't happen because, according to him, if Lou would have left, he probably would not be a Bengal. And to be honest, let's be honest. If it was a new defense coordinator who came in, new system, new everything, I think a lot of, players, might have left, right? When it came to a new defense coordinator. And there might be a lot of players right now who are Bengals who might now be on the Cardinals if Lou would have been head coach for the Cardinals. But again, like I said, just interesting. No hate, just love toward Perine. He's doing what's best for his career and continuing to progress his career as much as possible. But I did want to make a video about this because this is actually, something that could happen, and it's the ugliness of the NFL. Sometimes you lose a guy and it's not really because your team did anything. It's because, he's doing what's best for him. So definitely will say, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.